This is Mike B-Ball Fan 54, the Washington Wizards game four, 4 games into the season. I'm impressed by Keyshawn George. I like at Brian Keefe. I think he's on the right track. I think he should play Justin Champagnie a little bit more, a lot more actually. He's an offensive rebounder. He's a defender. We need both. He keeps balls alive. I think we should try and give AJ Johnson a little more time. He's 6'7". It looks like he's 6'7". Looked like he grew. Bub Carrington had a better game in game four. He's growing. He's a young player. He works hard. I'm definitely not sold on him as a point guard, as a facilitator. We definitely need a facilitator. CJ McCullum is a shooter. He's not a facilitator. He's not a creator. He's not a closer. He can't go get a basket. I feel Chris Middleton. I was never high on Chris Middleton when he was in the Bucks. He has that mid-range game. He can shoot. This last game he had double figures in rebounds. We really need him. At his age to get in there and rebound, to mix it up. He's slow. He's not agile. Alex Sarr, is growing. He's on the right path, definitely. Definitely on the right path. I love his shot blocking. I love his rim protection. Yeah, I think he needs to get gritty, in the paint. The ball needs to touch the paint to the outside 3 pointers. I think Cam Whitmore needs to be super aggressive, super active, on defense. He needs to be active. He needs to be a willing rebounder. He needs to use his athletic ability. A lot more cuts, a lot more activity, a lot more movement without the ball should be the Wizards' goal. They should be like swarming bees on defense, especially as a young team, a la the Oklahoma Thunder. I guess that's who they're patterning themselves after. Um, yeah, I love Keyshawn George. I love his grittiness. I love his toughness. He needs to stay out of foul trouble, keep his hands up. I cannot wait till Koulibaly is added in that mix. 6'8", 6'9", 7 foot wingspan, just like Keyshawn George. We need a closer, but the stage they're in, they're competitive. They're competing. You can see it. Brian Keefe has them competing. They don't know how to close out games. They're learning how to close out games. They need to learn how to close out games. We need a closer. That's the next step. We need a closer. We need a facilitating guard. CJ McCullum is a shooter. I really want Chris Middleton to be bought out. That will open it up, for Koulibaly, for Corey Kispert, for Cam Whitmore, for Justin Champagnie. I would like Chris Middleton to be bought out. I don't know if there's a trade market for Chris Middleton. CJ McCollum, I feel, will be traded. He can shoot. He is a veteran guard. Houston Rockets. I would trade CJ McCollum for what's the point guard backup for the Houston Rockets? The white kid. Also, grab they have a power forward there, young power forward. Grab those two for CJ McCollum and a pick. They meet our timeline. I cannot think of the name. Yeah, definitely. Let's pause that. Tyree Eason and Reed Shepard. Something like that. It doesn't have to be them two, but something to that effect. We need somebody to play with force. They're a young team. I get it. I got it. The next step, they need to learn how to close, learn how to play together. Fourth game of the season, they're on the right track. I really would have liked them to have won this last game against the Philadelphia 76ers. We can't shut anybody's water off, meaning when a player is hot on the opposite team, they're getting 40, 50 points, 35, 40, 50 points. I'm anxious to see what Koulibaly gonna do. He needs to be more of a shutdown wing. I'm anxious to see what he will do. Yeah, we need a facilitator, a guard that can get into the paint to create for others, to unlock others. I'm not sold on CJ McCollum. I'm ready for him to get traded to see what we can get him for. I know that's a couple months off. I'm anxious, for Middleton not to get any time, right? Yeah, Tristan Vucevic. He can score, but he seems very unaware about turnovers. He gets pushed around. He's soft. Will Rowley, I think, will be good. I don't know if he's ready. As of right now, I would like to see Jameer Watkins over Will Rowley right now, simply because of defensive efforts. I'd like Will Rowley's efforts, though. Trust me, Trey Johnson. This kid is a scorer. This kid is a shooter. He's the real deal. Um, you know, Keep working, keep growing. Fourth game of the season as a rookie. He's still trying to find himself, and he is an awesome player. Marvin Bagley. I was so happy when they got Marvin Bagley. Definitely underpaid. I think he had like 14 points. How many did he have? Marvin Bagley had 14 points last game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He definitely gives effort. Again, um, we need a guard, a point guard with force. A creator, a 7 to 10 assist guy nightly, a leader. Our free throw shooting is not that great. He needs to be an excellent free throw shooter, a good percentage shooter, but moreover, a facilitating guard. Somebody like I would love to have Lonzo Ball, right? He's not a great scorer, but he's a facilitating guard. A leader out there. As a point guard. That's what I think we're lacking. We're lacking somebody with force. We're lacking a facilitator, gets in the paint, and creates for others. See you guys next time. I'm gonna really, make an effort to make more videos about the Washington Wizards. Please like and subscribe. It costs you nothing. Just a little quick subscribe button. It costs you nothing. Now, the more I see it, the more I'll make videos and get better at it. Thank you so much, B-Ball Fan 54, Washington Wizards. I'm a Commanders fan too. Have season tickets. I need to talk about them a little bit more as well.